Haha! Jesus Christ! Ogre you! Don't scare me like that. You scare me enough already. Last thing I need from you is a jump scare. Low-fat milk is overrated? Damn right. That's why I drink whole milk. What's up, my homie Travis Sanchez? Thank you for the $2 donation. I'll round it up to $2. Nani? Nandesuka? Toru, what are you talking about? This is not first for me. I did hear about that bug. Pumpernickel. Pumpernickel Rye. I like your name, by the way. Good thing I'm eating something or else I'd be really hungry. Hi, Critical Center! Well, I mean... I got really bored with the Prismailly event really fast. This seems to be... Okay, I want to point this out real fast, because I know I'm going to forget it. Excuse me while I food. I have flip-flopped so much between NA and JP in terms of my feelings. When I first started the JP event, obviously different account, but feelings were basically the same. I still hold some things true, like, I still think there are some things that are pretty damn ridiculous in the story, like, more than usual. And I do think it's not very good for a beginner. But there is a lot of stuff to get, and a lot of it's really cool. So, I mean... And I'll admit, Berserker Jalter, I played with her. She's really fucking fun to use. I am not joking. And I'm using my own. I had her at, like, level 50 or something like that. And I'm just like... Okay, you won me over. You won me over this day. This is pretty fun. Every time she catches somebody on fire, it's just a domino effect. She can't stop. She catches them more on fire. Until they're bursting with flame. It's great. But... Excuse me for a second. I don't want to spit all over my mic. I'm just really hungry. That's why I'm eating at the same time. But if I don't eat, if I stop the stream and eat, it'll take me like 30 minutes. So why not do both? But the Prismailly event, funny enough, I'm like, I played all the way through and beat Nursery Rhyme completely. Like, I beat her entire gauge and everything. And I was like, I was starting to grind, and I was like, this is so fucking boring. Like, so I jumped over here, and I was like, you know what, let's just grind all this shit. So that's what I did. I have ground out, except for the raw points, and there are some things in the shop left. There's like 4 hours, I think, left of this event over on JP. So I believe 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when maintenance will happen, or at least when it resets to whatever new thing it's gonna do. I know there's oh, that's right, it's gonna do the 14 million, or yeah, 14 million downloads campaign. It does it 14400, and it throws me off every single time they started adding an extra digit to it. So like a 10 million and so on. They keep 00, and it always throws me off. Because I see 1400, but I know it means 14 million to the Japanese. But yeah, so I'll probably get to the Prisma Codes event eventually, obviously, because Chloe is really fucking good. And this event will, like, never have a rerun, as far as we're aware, for sure. But, this event has become, the summer event here has become a lot more fun. Probably because this is 2 years in advance, and Delightworks got their shit together, and they kinda know a lot better, at least, even though this event is huge. At the same time, they seem to know and understand what at least can make it fun. So, like, even though I can't really read the story, I mean, there's a lot going on. Like, there's certain, like, the costumes, which I got. I got the costumes that I could get. I don't have Edmond Dantes, so obviously, that's not gonna work out. But that's fine. I got Gil, Casters, and Robins. Which is fine with me. I'm gonna keep Gil Caster in that outfit forever. Because, the sheer raw wrath of the iPad, too much for any enemy. Demon Pillar, Foreigner, anyone I face in the Lost Belt, they will feel the wrath of technology from his iPad. And it will be glorious. It will be very handsome, very fitting for the King of Heroes. But yeah, they haven't announced what event's gonna come after this one, though. Like, what actual event. There's just a whole bunch of banners coming out. Like, Da Vinci has to finish first, which will happen on 9/2, which is really close. Then they're gonna do... actually, with this reset in... Oh, okay, 6 hours. Let me check the time again. Does it change? I think it's just... It is actually 6 hours. Next year we'll get the Google Glass skin for him. $5 from Admin B. FGO. Minor inconvenience happens. Players, apologems, please. Yeah, 6 hours. Okay, so it's actually a little bit longer than I thought. That's fine. I'm not gonna stream literally for the entire 6 hours. This might not be a 2-hour stream, guys. I'm just letting you know. But I don't have a goal for the stream. It's literally the whatever I feel like stream. I'll probably come up with a better name later, or maybe I won't. I'll be too lazy to come up with something else. I was literally so lazy. Do you like my thumbnail? I might use that in the future. Not for every stream, but just whenever I'm like, I have no idea what I want to do, but I know I want to stream, so I'm just gonna do this thumbnail. So this is just a stream of me playing FGO on whatever server I feel like. Which right now it's JP, because I want to grind some more. And this will motivate me to grind some more. Anyway. I guess I turned the AC on, but it's not cool enough in here, probably because it's not blowing towards me. I should probably close the door, that'll help, probably. Anyway. I decided to even switch it up and go with the Riders. Go against the Riders, because fuck them. Yeah, I already did that one. Also, I like using Melt, for obvious reasons. If you know me, you know why I like using Melt. But... or at least that it makes sense. If I'm not saying anything right away, I'm probably chewing. You might even be able to hear it. I hope it's not too disgusting for you. I usually keep my mouth closed. Very closed. Oh yeah, by the way, the, you're right, shoot, who said it? Sakuya-chan, yes. Sakuya-chan is absolutely correct. The fight music for all the basic fights, the basic quests and stuff, the basic free quests. This music right now is what I'm trying to say. It's the best. This is probably my favorite one. It's so catchy, it makes you want to dance. It's so good. It makes me want to dance, anyway. So I have melts this time, but I don't have... Usually it's the reverse. Usually I have Skahawks by this point. Okay. But yeah, all the more reason not to play NA right now, because apparently there's a bug in the code, in the Prisma codes. Could Zabo knew that.
魂なぞ飴細工ザバーニ
Apparently something to do with one of the missions, that's what the bug is. I don't know exactly what it is, I just saw a screenshot of it before doing the stream, so I am familiar with it. How hard is Testament? I don't know, actually. I don't remember. I don't remember how hard Testament is. You'll have to excuse me. It's been a long time, because the event has only ever come out once. Anyway. What made Edmund so strong? Scotty. Also, he has an NP boost in JP right now. He actually got a strengthening quest. It's not the greatest thing ever because it's like his NP gets a little stronger and his curse lasts longer or something like that, or is boosted in some way. I'm half and half. I'm like, yay, stronger NP. Pretty much everybody was like this. Yay, stronger NP, but like the curse doesn't mean anything. It's whatever. Like, Edmund's whole point has never been to inflict curse. Like, that's never been his... Poison hasn't been his part of his repertoire, you know? Well, it's curse, it's not poison, but it's the same thing. It does the same fucking thing. I should probably look up the numbers again for this skill, because I always try to justify it to myself. I'm like, is it actually better to use it because it makes Melt stronger, even though it will potentially, and I do say potentially because I've seen it happen where your own fellow servants don't get the debuff. I've seen it happen, and it's tight, man. It's awesome when it doesn't affect you. But I think that's down to like magic resist, down to debuff resist basically. And it's never worked on this team. It's never worked that way on this team. This one particularly. So, I won't do it then. That's right. She gets a quick up, which is not a big deal. So, and raises the instant death that is minuscule. So really, both are just okay, whatever. Yeah, the quick up happens after Melt attacks. She is no Kintoki rider, unfortunately. Yeah, you just heard it now. Ah! I just like also, when I'm fighting these types of fights, I always like to experiment with the numbers. For damage range. I always like to experiment with damage range because then I always get better at knowing exactly how strong my servants are. So like Melt can kick basically anything's ass as long as she has a type advantage against it. She's not the strongest, obviously. Her numbers will not suggest that she's the strongest. But on a team of like assassins, like this, I wouldn't say she's stronger than Shuten, although the numbers might suggest that. I don't know. But like, how do I put it? She's stronger than most assassins that are not Shuten or King Hassan. So even though her class advantage is, I think, 1.5 times. So Just because assassins... Oh, that's right, because assassins also have like a 0.9 times modifier against them just because of their sheer class. And then on top of that, their attack points are usually very low relative to other classes. Yeah. How am I... Are you talking about me? I don't think you're talking about me. If you're saying I'm way far behind. Because I've done everything. The only thing I'm basically doing is actually trying to buy out some things in the shop that I haven't already bought. In terms of points, I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna do 1,000,000 points for each ladder. You can go screw yourself. I am not gonna do that. I was never going to do that. That is just... that is insane. Some people have done it. I'm not doing it. Hey, K Collections, how's it going? Oh wait, you just asked me that. Well, hi. I'm doing swell and swimmingly. How about yourself? Yes, give me the plumes. There's never enough plumes. Give me all of the plumes. Just like bones, there's never enough bones. I don't care if I have a huge stockpile of bones. I can never have enough bones. Alrighty. That's pretty strong, but... Yeah, that's even stronger, baby! Ooh. Ooh. Ah! This is why I fucking love Melt, guys. She is one of the servants that actually gives Quick a good name. Well, at least now she does. Not in the past. In the past, she was kind of lukewarm. But ever since she got her her strengthenings, she's really tight, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I haven't played NA, at least that far into the event for the Prisma Ilia event. Blah, blah, blah. That sentence made, like, no sense. I don't think, but whatever. But, hey, like I said, all the more reason not to play NA right now. Not Kojiro? I could, but he's actually really weak. You have to... That's the thing about Kojiro. I did his Strike the Quest and everything, but here's the thing. You have to grail him to actually feel the power from him. Because I've gotten him, like, full criticals, everything before, recently. When I was doing his Strengthening Quest. And I was just like... He's, like... for funsies, I always like to use the servant who's the Strengthening Quest is related to. And I used him for, like, the whole thing, and I was just like, man... This dude is so weak when you don't grail him. Like, he's a good servant, he just has, like, no attack points. Like, he's got a good kit, but he sucks because he can't hit hard. I hate to say that because it sounds so unfair, but it's true. Okay, let's try this. Yeah. But... I could surprise myself. I could Zabania that guy. I don't know if it'll kill him, though, especially with the NP down. It's not really worth the risk. hard to be swole when he's built like an inflatable tube man. Bronze foes incoming! Yeah, I agree, I will never get over the fact that they actually thought that was a just reward to give us 2-star foes. When every other time they've given us 3-star foes. It'd be one thing if that was consistent. It's not. And that's why I will forever call bullshit along with the rest of you. Oh, why, you ain't gonna cast instant death on her? Yeah, Melt's MP is busted cool. So it was, you guys have no idea how fucking close it was to actually like I've said it about, I got something on my thing here for a second. Okay. I've said it about, Artoria, Alter, Summer Rider, where I'm like, more and more I feel like I should have put down the list. No, Melt from the beginning, I was like, she is this fucking close. She would be like number 11 on that list, for my favorite NPs. Every time I see it, just the straight, just beginning of it. There are so many, not only is it cool looking, but there's also so many jokes you can make about it. There's so many music choices that can go alongside it too. It's just... And then the actual attack happens, and the build-up is great. I just wish it just didn't end in like a simple kick, but whatever. I'm not saying it has to be like a huge energy beam at the end or some shit. I'm just saying, I just wish it was a little more creative than her just kicking the enemy at the end. But beyond that, though, everything else is perfect. So, anyway. I am particularly farming these because I want the bucks. I haven't bothered memorizing what they're called. I'm just gonna call them the bucks. Oh, I can just get them all. Nice. I need those, and I need the archer ones. Because I don't like low numbers relative to my other numbers. And then we're gonna try some... I don't want to try BBs too much, because I have, like, none of the 5-star CEs on this account. For real. I'd have to use somebody else, which is, you know, fine. But it makes it a lot slower. I'd have to rely on just building points, basically. But anyway... And yeah, I know I could do the bigger one, the even bigger 40 AP one, but this one is more fun because I get to use Melt, so fuck you. I mean, I kid, but fuck you. Ooh, $20 from Buster Swordsman. So, I got my first Bond CE this week. It was Emiya Archer, by the way. Which one was yours? Are you talking NA? Because I actually have yet to get one, but guaranteed it'll be Kiyohime, because I've been building her Bond up, and she's extremely close to 10, just for shits and giggles. I'm not even kidding. I just literally did it because I wanted a Bond 10 Kiyohime just to say I have one. If we're talking about this account, it would have, well, obviously it would have to be Tamamo, because I believe, yeah, Tamamo was the first 5-star I even got on this account, because that was a long-ass time ago. And she's, like, the first one, pretty sure the first SSR on this. Yeah. Again, that was a long time ago, but... Tomacat's yours on JP? Makes sense. A lot of people love Tom. It's Tamamo before Tamamo appears, you know, so... Oh, I'm talking Blue Tamamo. Like, I'm talking Blue Tamamo, but, Fino was mentioning Tomacat. Oh, has she? What's going on with Kiyohime's VA? $20k health to your front line. Or sorry, I had 2k health to your front line. Wait, for what? Wait, I was thinking about her NP, Tomacat's NP, and then I was like, wait a minute, doesn't just heal herself. Unless you're talking about something else. Yes, you awoke to the vibrations of my stream. That's what I'll call them, the vibrations. That sounds ominous, doesn't it? You grailed Lu Bu to 90. Why would you grail? Okay, if you like Lu Bu, nothing against that. But if Lu Bu's not like your favorite character, why would you grail Lu Bu of all characters tonight? I have to. And you say you regret it. That's why I asked. Like, what was your? Oh look, it's Nina. Hi, Nina. Yes. Oh, are you sick? Oh, I'm so sorry, Nina. I feel bad because let me tell you. I hate being sick. It is one of the things in this world I really actually hate is when I'm sick. So I feel your pain. By proxy, basically. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, Hamura, that sucks. Cause I understand that. When, yeah, she has health problems that are out of her control, but because, yeah, it's kind of like, it's Rie Kugimiya, or any characters like, or not characters, people like that, but, like, not because of time and age and such, no, like, in the moving trends, it's because, like, you said it was just, like, a year. That's really sad if she's having trouble finding consistent work now, as a VA. Just because of her health problems. That sucks. Oh, well, I gotta catch what Nina said before, because she said something. You're getting better? Okay, good. We need you to be full strength, Nina. You are the heart that binds us together. You are my Mieve. Mieve is never sick. And if she was, I'm sure she'd fight through it like a boss. Are you a boss, Nina? I believe you are. I think you're a boss. Sure. Oh, anyway, Milkman Assassin asked me why I like Abigail. Why do I like Abigail? Actually, I want to save this for the video that's inevitable, but that's not going to happen. You guys will not see that until December, for sure, because it's going to be posted on the anniversary of this channel. And yes, I do like the idea, a lot of it being a top 12, so I'm going to make it that, because it'll be one for every month. It'll be cute. But I've already thought about, like, you know, breathes in, boy, me explaining why I like Abigail so much. Why Abigail is basically number 2. Second only to Semiramis. That's gonna be interesting to explain. I'm kinda looking forward to it, but at the same time, maybe this is actually a better way to do it. Nina, did you just make a Nostalgia Critic reference to me? Did you really? You're showing your age, Nina. Just like I'm showing mine by even knowing what you're talking about. Because I used to watch Nostalgia Critic, like, back when he was first coming out with videos. My god. Uh-oh! Musaki's here too! And he's hiding his scripts! What are you doing, Musaki? Oh, Nina, you're not that old. I'm just kidding around. Actually, I find it very funny that everyone, like, there was even a Reddit post about my stream compared to Soberoni's, if you saw that post. And even people were saying, like, yeah, Voice is a bona fide lolicon, and I'm like, okay. You know what's funny about that is, my favorite, like, let's just go through. My favorite FSN character is Sakura, who has huge boobs. And every iteration of Sakura is, like, one of my favorite things ever. So, like, that includes BB, who has huge boobs. Passionlip, who has even huger boobs. Even Melt does not have boobs, but that's okay. It's a mix of two things I like. There you go. And then, on top of that, my favorite servant of all time is Semiramis, who has huge boobs. And that's not even coincidence, because I like huge boobs. So it's like... In fact, I've even complimented Nero for the fact that she has a tiny lolly-ish body, but she has huge boobs. And I'm like, perfect. She has perfect body. And yet everybody's like, nah, he's just a lolicon. And I'm like...
Okay, guys, you want to generalize like that? Yeah, be my guest. It's not like I have feelings.
Granted, are boobs everything? Not necessarily, no. In fact, I won't like a character just because they have boobs. In fact, that pretty much goes for any character. I never like a character just because of, like, a physical fetish they have. I always have to like the character first, and then it just so happens they have this too. Maybe it's even, like, coincided, like, they have to do with each other. But it's usually that at best. It's never just, they meet a fetish of mine, therefore, I like them. And yeah, just because I like huge boobs doesn't mean I don't like flat chests at all. Because, obviously, you know, Melt is my favorite Sakura face, and Abigail is my #2 favorite, servant ever. Right next to Semiramis. That's a very close, like, 1 and 2. So... So as you can see, I am a very eclectic man. A very eclectic voice in the Saint Courts. Yes, please. More bucks. I should play Stretch Panic. I don't actually know what that is. Excuse me. Cultured? Sure. I don't care about boob. You guys get it wrong. I don't care about boobs enough that, Okay, so I'm gonna be that guy right now. So, is it Epic Man G? Wow. Okay. I'm not gonna insult you, friend. But here's the thing. I am gonna say this. Normally, I wouldn't give a crap about what you're saying right now, because clearly everything you've ever said on every stream I ever do has always been to rile me up. I don't care about what you're talking about, but you insulted my name. I saw that in the comments section of one of my videos. So therefore, you didn't necessarily piss me off, but I remember you now, and if I'm ever gonna learn how to, like, ban somebody from a chat, that's a way you can push me in that direction. Is when you're like, what kind of fucking Amish name is that? And I'm like, yeah, because I chose my name. Also, I like my name, because there's a story behind it, and my parents cared enough to think about my name. So I'm just saying, when you cross that line, You haven't gotten me angry. It's more like, okay, you know what? You clearly have nothing good to say. Clearly. Why are you here? Like, I'm just gonna point that out. And there, I'm done. I'm just saying. Like, why are you here? What, to troll? You're not getting me angry. You're making me question why you're here, that's all. Because I can push you out. Like, I'm just saying. Like, I can just do that. I'm just trying to be fair. That's all. Because I like being fair to people and being like, okay, you know, saying instigating comments that are about the game or whatever, that's whatever. But when you insult my name, I'm like, okay, now you clearly have some trolling mentality in mind. Here, let's go back. It's, some people are asking who it is. It's Epic Man G Wow. I don't care about his comments about the game, but I remember him now because in the comments section of one of my videos, he insulted my name. My actual real name. And I'm like, yeah, you don't do that. Because I also have a good relationship with my parents on top of that. So there's many layers to this, and you didn't rustle my jimmies, you just made me realize what kind of person you are. That's all. And here's the thing. Part of me for a split second said, oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not actually him. And I'm like, no, no, no. Because he's the one person in this comment section right now who is saying purposefully instigating comments. So I'm like, no, no, no. I remembered correctly. So I even second-guessed myself, and I was like, wait, no. He's the one guy. Like... That's how fair I am! I even second-guessed myself. I was like, well, maybe it's not him. Anyway, let's see. Oh, but for anyone who is seriously wondering if I'm trying to actually finish this event, like, finish absolutely everything, I already pointed out at the beginning of the stream. But that was like 30 minutes ago. I'll point it out to you. Is that, no, I have no intention of necessarily going up the points ladder. Actually, I'm doing the best with the CEs I have. Oh, thank you, Poke Emblem, for liking the thumbnail. It was so simple, it basically fits my mood. I'm like, I'm just doing whatever I want. He just wanted you to notice him? That's fair. That's fair. It's just, that's a very... Well, okay, it's a fairly original way to do it, because usually people don't go up to me and start instigating me like that. So I'll give him that. Points for originality. To be fair, there are very few people who outright just say, except, oh, there's one guy, I actually forget his name, but there is one guy who occasionally pops up on my videos, who has like a panda for an icon. I forget what his name is, but I'm not saying go after everybody who has a panda for an icon, I'm just saying, there's this, he hasn't appeared in a while anyway, but there was this guy though who would appear consistently on my videos, and he'd be like, he'd make these long rambles, and I do mean rambles, like you would read them and you're like, this is just a rambling of how much I suck. And I was like, okay, no wait, that's right, I think I shared one of them with Nina! That's right, Nina, do you remember that guy? That guy who's, no, I think it was a different guy, but it was, forget the guy about the panda. Wasn't that one of the best comments I ever read to you, like, ever? Because there was a different guy on top of that who commented, I think, on the Shuten video, I think it was. Remember that comment? He was like, you are the worst! How dare you insult Aoyuki by doing an English dub voice of her? Fuck you, Nina! No, he didn't say fuck you, but that was the entire message, basically summed up in 3 words. Fuck you, Nina. That was awesome, though. He was defending Aoyuki's honor, and I was like, I don't like calling people out like that, but I gotta give him credit. I felt his passion. I genuinely, I'm not even kidding. I felt his passion for Aoyuki. It was actually, I wouldn't say it made me tear up, but it was awesome to read. I had to share it with Nina. It was great. So, you could probably find it if you look deep into the Shuten video comment section. It's specifically, he's defending Aoyuki's honor. It was quite awesome. So, even though I am calling out this guy, again, I don't remember this guy's name either. I am calling out this guy, sure, but I'm calling out him because even though it was very insulting, at the same time, he was being very, I guess, honorable? He was definitely a fanboy of Aoyuki, and I loved it. I love that kind of, that passion, even if I don't agree with it at all. Anyway, let's just go with the I guess the correct order in terms of power, because everybody's getting what they want. I have to cap it, but the best comment I've ever gotten on any video is one that just said, "You sure like eating shit." Well, okay, Fino, consider this. He's not far off. Even if he's wrong, he's not far off because you do like drinking piss. Let's be fair here. And you know what I mean by that. So, if somebody wants to take that out of context, I mean, granted, like, that's not an insult because Fino knows what I'm talking about. He was a visionary! Damn straight he was a visionary. See, he knew! He had an idea at least. Watcher, why don't I just do a video with Summer Meave in it? I mean, that's literally been the idea. I think Nina's already called this, is that, you love my laugh. Thanks, Critical Center. I've trained my laugh, actually. Nina probably already knows what's coming. There's gonna be... The saga of Meave is... I had to... Okay, how do I put this? I had to send off Meave in a really good way because she's not going to have any official appearances for a little while. By that I mean, the game doesn't do anything with her for a while. She may appear again in a video, but she doesn't actually have, like, any legitimate appearances until, like, next summer event. At least I'm pretty sure. She might appear in something, but she doesn't have a rate up, like a specific interesting banner set up until, like, because the last one she has is, like, the Ilya one, where it's like, oh, Meave is back, you know, kind of thing. But after that, I think she appears on, like, class rate-ups and stuff, and the GSSR, and that's it, until summer. And then she gets her own banner again. But yeah, oh, Nina, did you see my comment when I posted it on the Chaldea Gurus, it was the promote link section, the Discord server, yeah, where I'm just like, guys, there's only one thing I can say, and I was thinking about this, like, how do I type, I could just post the video, but I want to say something, what's the perfect thing to say, and I just write out, I got it, Nina is goddamn unstoppable. Because that is exactly how I would sum up Nina's performance as Meave, just as a whole. Nina is goddamn unstoppable. Seriously, like, I don't think it's too much to say. Thank you. Good, Nina, I'm glad you saw it. Or at least know about it now. Because I don't think it's too out there to say that, like, okay, like, I feel like I'm gonna insult other people, but I'm just like, Nina is one of those... like, even other people in my comment section have even noticed this. They're like, I feel like Nina was born to play Meave. And it's like, yeah, like, I'll say this then, because I don't want to say like Nina's the definitive Mieve, but it's more like I'm hard pressed to find. Okay, there is one other person I know for sure who can match Nina's Mieve, and that is shoot, what's his name? I gotta actually promote him for you guys because he is an amazing voice actor. He's an amateur too, in terms of like what I guess. When I say amateur, obviously I don't mean he's an amateur like an insult. I mean like just, you know, like an amateur voice actor kind of thing. Like on the interwebs. He's a voice actor on the interwebs. You guys probably know him. The guy who did my Iskander. He also went on to do Iskander for Chaldea Gurus for one of their videos too. After I did it first though. But I need to promote him for you guys. Hold on a second. His voice is actually like fucking Iskander. Hold on. Yeah, mute that. Yes! D. Tyler Foltz VA. This guy is fucking Iskander. Like, I don't mean that in the lewd way. I mean literally, like, just his voice is one-to-one. Even his inflections, his cadence is Iskander. Like, this guy is perfection. So I'm just like, so what my point was, I was gonna say, I am hard pressed to find another person on the internet who is like more one-to-one a character from this game than Nina is Mieve. Because like, to me, I'm like, Nina can do other roles. In fact, I want her to do other roles for me, for Chaldea Gurus, you know, and so on and so forth. But it's like, but when I think of Nina, from now on, I'll just be like, the definitive role that Nina can just do, she just flicks a switch and she just fucking does it, is gonna be Mieve. Like, that's always what I'm gonna think of. It's just like, if there's also a role you want her to just do in an instant, it's fucking Mieve. Like, she is actually perfect. Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if she's got Mieve down to a science at this point. Anyway, let's play the game. Let me try something. And again, I hope I'm not embarrassing you too much or trying to flatter you too much because I mean this. Like, this performance was what I really wanted to send out Mieve with for a while. Like, I mean, trust me guys, I'm gonna have Nina in other videos as long as she's willing, you know, but playing Mieve, it's probably not gonna happen for at least a little while, just because, like I said, in-game, Mieve doesn't do, like, anything for a little while. I know, I killed Nina, I'm sorry. I'll just resurrect her later. I have that power. I mean, if I can go through time and space, I can bring back Nina. Death from embarrassment. Though I will say this, though, while you should expect more Nina, I mean, as long as she's, again, I always like to say this as a clause, as long as she's willing, you know, because I don't like to force things on people. I always lay everything out as a choice. I'm like, you have the choice. You don't have to be part of my videos. It's entirely up to you. Oh, that's right, I got a thing. And that's not an insult either. I'm just saying, like, oh, hello, Platinum Trickster. I'm glad you felt like saying hi to me. Hello back to you. I like when people say hi to me. But just as much you should expect more Sith Gem. Now, I have heard the complaints about her microphone. Don't worry, I have a plan. However, it's only been complaints about the microphone. People seem to generally just love her performances. I don't think she's here right now, otherwise she would have popped her head in. But, like she did the last stream. Oh, no, yeah, SithGem is amazing. See, like, it's kind of funny, because, like, Nina is, like... I like this dynamic. How do I put it without... Because this could easily come across as an insult. And it's not meant to be an insult. It's one of those things where, if I had to technically define it, when it comes to Nina's voice, you always know it's Nina, but she's so good at acting that you buy whatever role she's in. Like, actually, funny enough, there are still some, like, my dad, for example, took him the longest time to figure out that Nina was Anastasia. Because I will admit, probably one of at least voices I've heard Nina personally as. Anastasia's like one we actually had to work on together, which was fun. I enjoyed that, Nina. We should do that more. But SithGem has, like, this power. I don't know what it is. Like, you ask her to do a voice, like, and she has such massive range. She can basically do anything. You know, like, and she's a really good actress. So it's just like, how do I put it? It's like, it's not an insult to Nina because Nina is one of those things where you know who she is, and that's okay. Like, that in itself is a skill, where you're like, I know it's Nina, but I don't care because she's so good at whatever role she's doing. Whereas, like, SithGem, she doesn't have to rely on that at all, because she can just, like, manipulate her voice, like a fucking rubber band. Like, it's amazing. I would say both are equal levels of skill, because, like, imagine, like, okay, in Hollywood, there are actors who will always, what's it called, when they, like, kind of involve themselves so much in a performance that you don't even recognize them, as that person, as the actor, like, they are the character to you. There are, I know this term, but, like, there are people like that. That would be SithGem. But then there's people where you know it's the actor, and you're like, I don't care because they're so good at whatever role they're in. Like say, like, Tom Cruise, or maybe Tom Cruise is not a good example because some people don't like him. And he has been in some bad movies as of late, so, like, who's somebody? There's, like, a million. I always want to say, ooh, you know who? Samuel L. Jackson's a great example, and some people I'm sure are going to disagree with me on that, but I always enjoy Samuel L. Jackson, like, everything he's in. And most of the time I believe him, and that's usually just down to the fact that it's a good movie. In whatever role he's playing. Even as Mace Windu, and yes, the prequels fucking suck, but I still believe him as the role he's been tasked to play. You know, I completely believe him. So, that to me is Nina. And like I said, that in itself is a skill. When you can basically, when people know it's you, and you're like, they're just so good, I'm just whisked away by their performance. So so I hope I didn't over-explain this too much. But it's one of those things where there's, like, it's basically like there's two different types of actors in this world. And I like having both at my disposal. Yes! That's a really good way of putting it. So SithGem is Johnny Depp and Nina is Morgan Freeman. Basically, yes. Or Nina is confirmed Samuel L. Jackson. Thank you, Musaki. Nina, you are our Samuel L. Jackson. I mean, she does do a lot of yelling as Meave, that's for sure. I mean, did you hear her laugh? It was amazing. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you couldn't hear after that laugh, because it was so maniacally evil that, I'm sure, like, how do I put it? Like, Nina, you're just a ball of fun. That is what you are. I mean that in the best way. You are a ball of fun. Anyway, right, I was trying to pick what book I wanted. I'm still not gonna pick Little Little Bullet. I don't even like that title. I'll just pick the top one. I predict you guys are gonna have a blast with Agartha. You know, considering who's in it, just baseline, considering all the diverse amount of characters that are in it, I believe that, yeah. I don't know what I'll do, because you're right, that, like, because that's pretty far ahead. That's not insanely far ahead, but that is fairly far ahead. Luckily, I have it on auto-scroll, so it'll just play the story out, and I don't have to click a single button. Oh, it's the furry one! Oh, okay. I'm not against this, I just forgot which one it was. Can you make more Merlin memes? Oh, yeah, that's right. Somebody asked, do I have a voice for Merlin yet? Not necessarily. I was thinking about using my own voice, but then I realized, I was like, Merlin would be a great opportunity to finally introduce, like, a male actor into one of my videos. Other than D. Tyler Fultz. Because he has such a unique voice that it's like, you know, he's similar to Nina in that you can recognize him in anything he's in, but he has such gravitas to his voice. It's you just want to listen to it all the time. Did I get to your boy Dante? Yeah, in what capacity? Because he's definitely been in the story. I've already beaten the whole story, by the way. Nina, I don't think you were here for that. Actually, you know what, Musaki? We must be on the same wavelength, because I was thinking the same thing. I realized, I'm like, you know who would actually make, like, a really fucking good Merlin? Would be Kuya. Like, I have to admit this. Like, even though I would love to play the part of Merlin, Kuya's got that voice. Like, that smooth pimp daddy voice. I like how this is just like a flute orchestral version of the battle theme. Just a snazzy version of the... A light snazzy version of the battle theme. No, the Sakura faces will not have the same voice. Because they don't have the same voice in game, therefore they will not have the same... Like, even... And when I say in game, I mean even in CCC, they're all voiced, and they do not have the same voice. Which is fine, because I already... funny enough, I already have in mind, at least an idea of who I want to voice them, because absolutely, you better fucking believe I'm gonna do a Sakura face video at some point, because I already promised I'm gonna do a second BB video about why she's my favorite antagonist. Like, if we're just talking, like, purely, like, CCC content, she's absolutely my favorite antagonist. Like, by that I mean, if we're taking BB out of context from FGO and just putting up, like, the main villains of each iteration of Fate, sorry, I got distracted. I had literally a brain fart for a second. I got distracted by boobs. Anyway. But yes, I already have in mind, at least, because I already know what these people sound like, in fact, funny enough, Sith Gem has already done a Passion Lip voice, and it's really good. You guys should check out her video. She did do basically, like, it's basically like a demo where she does, like, a scene showing off her Tomacat and her Passion Lip voice. Her Passion Lip voice is also not exactly like her Ilia voice. I noticed her Ilia voice is slightly more, girly and, like, shrilly, but, like, her Passion Lip voice is a bit more breathy, if that makes any sense. Whereas, I already decided, Melt will be voiced by Nina. Nina has the kind of voice that's, like, she's done a crazy person for me for a while. Basically a crazy person. But I'm like, Nina's got that kind of voice where, she could do a pretty good tsundere. I believe this in my soul. Oh, good. Yeah, because I was thinking about that for a while. That wasn't even something I just spontaneously come up with. I was actually thinking of, like, saying it on Twitter, just not as an announcement, just as something I was like, you know, I'd literally just be, like, typing on the keyboard and be like, you know, who would make a real, like, I'm gonna do this someday. It's absolutely gonna happen because these are some of my favorite characters in Fate entirely, so obviously I want to do something for them. And, like, you know who I'd voice? I'd be like, Sith Gem as Passionlip and Nina as Melt, because that just, they already had a video together, and I figure, you know what, like, this would work. Like, this, I just feel this. Like, the voices just match up in my head. Because I know what Melt, obviously I know what Melt sounds like in-game, and I'm like, she does kind of sound like Nina. Like, if you really think about it. Like, Sayori Hayami's voice for Melt sounds kinda like Nina. Like, there's just... How do I put it? Like, there's this... just... tone. Like, this unique tone to Nina's voice that, like, Melt shares. Like, just specifically Melt, not Sayori Hayami in general, because Sayori Hayami in general is fairly breathier than Nina tends to be. Which is not saying Nina couldn't do a breathy voice, because she did Anastasia, and her Anastasia is really fucking good. Wait, Fino, what are you talking about? What was me? That's true, now we just need a BB. Yeah, I don't know who would voice BB. It would not be obviously Nina or Sith Gem, though, because you would be able to tell, probably. And BB sounds very different from the two of them anyway, in-game. Anyway. Oh, what's this? This is actually new to me. I didn't know about this one. Oh, insert username. Fun fact, because I know a lot of you guys don't know about CCC. How bad is using 1300 Saint Quartz without an SSR? That's really fucking bad, and I'm absolutely sorry for you. I mean that. But, anyway. What was I talking about? Oh, fun fact. Somebody asked me about what do I think about the other, the 3 other Sakura 5 that we actually... Fun fact. I forget if we even see them, and I have a good reason for forgetting if we even see them in CCC the game, because here's the fun fact. And you can look this up. I almost forgot about this. This is the reason why Melt and Passionlip are so... Oh my god, she went back to being, well, not white, but Asian. I did not expect that. As she calls it, she is now an egg-colored BB. She literally just calls herself that. But, anyway... There's so much goofy stuff happening right now, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I was gonna share with you a fun fact, and literally BB stopped me. Well, that's because Wadarko is such a great artist, Bust Robot. Wadarko is actually an amazing artist. I much prefer... Actually, I prefer Wadarko over Takeuchi, because at least Wadarko doesn't fucking, like, obviously trace her own work. Because you can at least tell from FGO that Wadarko is always putting her characters in unique poses, at least. No one ever feels the same. Yay, we're all friends now. Yay. Wait, do I get another Grail from this? Is that what that is? Holy shit on a biscuit! I have 2 Grails from this event! Damn, I did not know about the second Grail. And it's the BB costume piece, Geto. Unfortunately, I don't have Summer BB, so... Yeah, I get 2 costume Getos, but again, I don't have Summer BB. But if I did, I'm sure I would love to have those costume pieces. Anyway, I only have 200? Okay. That's right, I can't forget about my fun fact. Hold on, some of you might actually know this. I can get 10 at least. How do you hire voice actors? Is there an application? Well, long time ago, which was more like, when my first Meep video was to be released, I basically, like, this is, you guys are getting me off track from the fun fact I was gonna share, but okay, fair enough. This is behind the scenes shit. Funny story, I had originally, when I was looking for voice actors, I was trying to basically just get my own voice actors, so I was like, alright, I'm just gonna find people who put out demos recently, who are not super popular, because that's always the best. I always love picking people who are not super popular, not because, like, I want to take advantage of them, no, it's more like because I like giving people a shot. I like giving, because there's a lot of people who want to be a voice actor. So I'm always like, alright, I like picking randos because, well, not complete randos, they have to obviously have a demo or something to prove themselves. But otherwise, so I originally, for just one line, I picked up somebody called, Pantilamon, I think it was. You can find it in the end of the Coup Alter video. She says her line. You can easily mistake it for Nina, but it's definitely not Nina. Like, there is more of a shrillness to her voice. And then, like, the thing was, she wouldn't give me the rest of the lines for a long time, so I was like, alright, like, I was talking to Musaki, and I'm like, yo, I might need to cash in a favor, because, like, I might need to bend over for you, Musaki, because... I need someone to voice Meep for this entire script. And I just laid out the script. I was like, I need someone for this shit. And I think that might have been the one where he tried to contact somebody first and they wouldn't reply. Because this was when I had, like, I think 10,000 subscribers. I did not even have twice as many as I have. I didn't even have anything close to, like, it was like, yeah, we're at, like, 22,000 now or something like that. I did not have that. I had, like, 10,000, I think. And so that person wouldn't, so I was in a rut here, and I was like, I don't want to just restart this whole script, because I literally gave a to be continued at the end of my Coup Alter one, which I really liked. I really liked how I made that to be continued. And so Musaki's just like, wait a minute, why don't we just, I could just throw you Nina. Literally, he was like, I could just, here, Nina! Go! He basically tossed me Nina. He's just like, she's someone I can just give you right now to do a voice. And I was like, okay, cool. Because I think I'd spoken to Nina a few times before that. So I was like, I knew what she sounded like, because I think she'd done something before. So I knew what she sounded like. I'm like, yeah, actually, why didn't we just do her from the beginning? Yeah, Nina, I choose you! He literally, like, threw Nina at me. He's just like, you know what? Just, here's Nina will do it because she's right here. And so, but I didn't know how Nina would do these lines because I'd heard her voice before, but it was like, I had no idea what to expect. And so, Nina did one, I don't know if she did literally one take, but she gave me, like, one set of lines. Like, the first whole script. And then, like, I get it, and I'm like, holy fucking shit, this is perfect. I literally said to her, this is absolutely perfect. How did you do this? Because I expected to be like, you know, oh, can you redo this line or that line or whatever. Because I've had to have her do that later on, like as Anastasia, we actually had to do like a Discord call to get lines right and to get the voice right for Anastasia. But with Mieve, she just did it all at once, and it was just like right at the last minute. Like, and by last minute, it's not like she literally gave it to me at the last minute. I mean, as in like it was the last minute. I needed lines, and she was right there. And it's like, yo, Nina, catch this script. And yeah, she used her oral skizzles, and I was just like, wow. Yes, and thus history was made. And best part, she said originally she was never going to do Mieve. Like, I think maybe Musaki approached her or something like that. Hey, Osaka Behime, actually, you're one of the Chaldea Gurus now, so this is kind of interesting. This is, like, back months ago, Chaldea Gurus, history, where Mieve had, like, I think told Musaki straight up, she's like, I will never do Mieve because I fucking hate her. That was, like, basically Nina's words. Like, she just hated Mieve as a character. And she's like, I will never do Mieve. Like, I will never, ever do this character. But she did it for me because I wasn't Chaldea Gurus. And because she was like, you know what? He needs lines, and I'm willing to help. That was basically Nina. Like, she was just like, she was thrown into a corner. Literally, Musaki tossed her at me and was like, Nina, you better fucking do this for my friend. And I was just like... And she's like... So she was like, alright, I got this. I'll do it this one time. And lo and behold, she did it so well. It was at that moment, she admits this. You can ask her. That was the moment she ended up completely flip-flopping and being like, I fucking love this character. Like, she completely 180'd and she was like, you know what? In fact, best part, she said this too. She's like, you know what? Voice, I will do Mieve anytime you want me to. Anytime! But I will never do it for Chaldea Gurus. She has said this on multiple occasions. She's like, I think she even said, she told Musaki this as a joke. She's like, I will never do it for a Chaldea Gurus video, but I will always do Mieve for you. Anytime you want Mieve, voice, you got it! Hot plate! Boom! But if Musaki asks, I will never do it. It was it was one of the finest Nina moments behind the scenes ever. It was just like, because Musaki's the one who threw her into this mess, and now she's like, you know what? I love doing this role so much I'll never do it for you, Musaki. Look what you've wrought. It was the best. That is completely a true story. You can ask Nina. I'm not joking. Like, you can ask her. That is the story. She hated the character, but because I was in a corner and Musaki tossed her at me, we're like, okay, we could do this. You know, fine. This one time, sure. And that was, doing those lines made her fall in love with the character. It was the best. Like, I did not even expect that. She was just, she told me this and I was like, that is adorable. Yeah, top 10 anime betrayals right there. No, 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 she wasn't actually mad at Musaki. Never get that. No, do not twist my words like that. Like I said, she said it as kind of a joke, but it's something she holds on to. She's like, not the moment, it's just one of those things where it's like, it's like half joke, half what she's already, like, dedicated. Like, because she did dedicate to the fact that she would never voice Mieve, because she hated her character. But, at the same time, she liked doing the lines I gave her so much every time as Mieve that she's like, alright, yeah, I'm definitely, I will definitely do, Mieve for you anytime you ask. But because I already said I would never do it for Musaki, I am never doing it for a Caldeoguru's video. Yeah, it's a running gag, basically, yeah. Yeah, it's not like she... Yeah, they are like BFFs. Never ever suddenly take that out of context to be like, oh, that means Nina hates Musaki. No. No. In fact, I think they would kill me first if they found out somebody said that to them. I would probably be the one who died. And then you would never ever see Mieve again. At least not in Nina's form, because she would still probably never do it for Musaki. Oh, just the thought of that still makes me laugh. Oh my god. Yeah, it's basically, voice acting NTR. There you go. I'd like to apply for the role of a chain-smoking Kirky. Why a chain-smoking Kirky? Oh my god. Oh, right, the fun fact. Okay, so since Melt's on screen, this is pretty cute. Okay, so, originally, the Sakura 5, they were all going to be in CCC. Because they are all established in CCC. Like, the Sakura 5 itself as a concept is established in CCC. But the only ones... I don't want to say the only ones who make an appearance, because I forget if they actually make an appearance, but their appearances, if they do appear at all, are so minor, they're kind of... You can just kind of glance over them. The ones who end up making major story appearances and boss fights, because of time constraints... And I think even just the constraints of the team, they were originally going to make every Sakura 5 a fight. But they couldn't fit it into the game. Because, like I said, time constraints, and I think even the team itself was involved in saying, you know, we can't really make this work. So, the Sakura 5 is still established, but you only ever really interact with 2 of them. Guess who those 2 are? But yes, that is exactly why Melt and Passionlip are the only 2 of the Sakura 5. I mean, BB doesn't count as part of the Sakura 5, so do not get that mixed up. She is her own entity. She created the Sakura 5 for a very distinct purpose. But yes, Melt and Passionlip were the only ones you ever fought and made major story interactions with out of the Sakura 5. Because of, again, time constraints and physical constraints of the team. Because they really wanted to get the game out. So... that is why they are the only ones that appear in the CCC Seraphix event in this game. They are the only ones that are actually playable, because they're the only ones that anybody really remembers for very good reason. Rajko Stankovic. Rajko Stankovic, that's what it is. Rajko Stankovic, is that it? Welcome back, GDP. But yes, the others do appear in CCC Foxtail, But nobody remembers that manga, probably not even the Japanese, even though it's, I think, still ongoing. Because, I mean, legit, when Suzuka Gozen came out, everyone was like, I think maybe except for a few select people I heard, like, under rumblings, were like, who the fuck is Suzuka Gozen? Like, nobody fucking knew who that was. So, like, keep in mind, that is why you don't know, like, in terms of the game itself, in Fate Grand Order, in the context of Fate Grand Order, you don't know who the other of the Sakura 5 are, because they, like, I think even the Seraphix event itself doesn't really, like, even mention them. Because, I mean, and for good reason, because, like, they don't matter. Like, really the only ones who matter are Melt and Passion, because, Melt, like, she straight up is, like, not even really, like, part of the Sakura 5 in the Seraphix event. What I mean by that is she joins you immediately, like, basically immediately, as a good guy. She's not even your enemy, like, ever. She is always on your side, 100% of the time. In fact, what was funny is, in Passion Lip's interlude, Melt appears and it looks like you're gonna fight her or something like that. Again, like, I need a translation for that because I've seen it. Because I played through it recently. But it looks like you're gonna fight Melt, and then she's like, just kidding, I'm gonna fight BB, bitch. Like, and she joins you again. Melt is a good person. Never doubt this. She looks kind of weird and maybe even intimidating if you ever play CCC. Because, like, the actual, in the game CCC itself, when you first see her, she's very, like, kind of, like, she's got this gravitas to her and she's kind of intimidating. Trust me, in context it makes sense. But she's, like, basically a good guy. Like, all of the time. Like, in CCC, she starts out a bad guy. Let's not get this wrong. But, shit, come on. Like... Yes, Melt is absurdly tsundere. She is absolutely 110% tsundere. She is a... yeah, she's a sadist good girl. No, really, yeah, like, because unlike Jalter, who starts out, like, let's also not forget this. There's a lot of things we should not forget, and one of them is, Jalter is basically like a crazy bitch. Not just in Orleans, but, I mean, when you first meet her after you summon her, she's a fucking crazy bitch. But Melt, I think, threatens you. Yeah, because I looked at her lines recently again, because I like Melt, so I check up on these things. When she summons you, when you summon her, I think she, like, threatens you a little bit, but, like, she's obviously on your side. You know, like... Dad, I swear, you have some of the weirdest stuff pop up on your computer here. Jesus Christ. Anyway, sorry, you got me excited because now I'm talking about Melt, and you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't ever let me talk about Melt, because I will go on huge, jarring tangents. That's true. I've heard some people say, like, they like gentle sadism or something like that. Like, that's the best sadism. And it's like, actually, Melt is pretty much that. She is definitely sadistic and tsundere, but she does love you. Like, there's basically no question. She even threatens you a few times, but she basically does it to get a reaction out of you. Like in her Valentine's, like half of it is literally her threatening you, like whispering into your ear. Literally, she gets up close and like whispers to you threats about how she's gonna fucking melt you into a million pieces with like she's like, if you dare even eat a piece of this chocolate, you fucking die. In fact, you die a million times over because you will be rapidly disintegrating, and you like shit like that. Like she like gets off on this shit, but she does love you. I I swear she loves you. I'm not even exaggerating. She loves you.
それもいいなちょっ楽し
It's like, you gotta trust me. In context, it makes sense. Sorry, did I say when she summons you? I mean, well, she does, actually, but no, when you summon her, sorry. Well, Shuten's different because, well, Shuten might actually eat you. Like, there's a very sound possibility that Shuten might eat you. But Melt, she likes threatening you, and she comes close, but you know, in your heart, and in her heart, she will never actually intentionally kill you. I do mean intentionally, because she and Passion Lip are designed. They are designed to kill things. She makes this very clear to you. In fact, I think, like, in one of her bond lines, she's like, how could you possibly like me? I'm designed to kill you! You know? So, never get that wrong either. That's why they are made the way they are, is because they're imitations of BB, of sides of herself, of her love for Senpai, basically. But at the same time, they are killing machines. That is also why they look really, really kind of like, not eldritch horror kind of way, but like you definitely see it in Passion Lip with her arms and stuff, where she's like really cute and such, and she's got like huge boobs and everything, but she's got like these fucking demonic mechanical arms and shit. Like, yeah, like she's clearly meant to kill you. So. I can't kill him right away, so I'll just do this.
お任せ
Oh, to suffocate people with her breasts? I think you mean take people into her breasts, which actually functions as a bottomless trash can. I'm actually not kidding. By the way, I am not joking. Her cleavage is an actual portal to an interdimensional, like a pocket dimension waste basket. Think a recycling bin. Like, on your computer. That is her cleavage. I'm not joking. That is how it's explained. And it's not a joke. You can literally dive into her breasts, into her cleavage, and lose yourself for eternity. Like, I don't mean metaphorically, I mean you literally be sucked into her cleavage and you're gone. Like, it's the best, but it's like, holy shit, that's awesome! Like, I know, best way to die. Except you don't die, you just be sent to the recycling bin for all eternity. If you would do a video about Matahari, would you roast her too hard? I don't know why I'd roast her. But to be perfectly honest, but... Let me see what I can do here. Hold on. I do have to play the game after all. Yes. Not yet.
それもいいな
Passion Lip's boobs are the second archive!
見切れるかしら
Oh, I don't know about Hakuno, you lucky bastard, because, Passion Lip clearly has a crush on the Master in this game. Like, she really does. I think it's even stated, not, like, directly in her profile, like, the most direct way, like, she is in love with the Master. I mean more like, it's heavily implied that, like, because her wish is she wants to be human, but she really feels attached to you, especially by your 5th bond line. So... But obviously, she is trying not to be too forward because 1, she's very bashful, and 2, at the same time, she is a killing machine that actually literally weighs a ton, and she can easily smush you basically with a thought. Like, in a number of ways, she can just kill you. Like, by accident. But she does like you very, very much. Like, she's the kind of character, and I'm not even just saying, like, as in, like, the type of character is she, but I mean, she literally has a crush on you. But she knows she can't be, like, it's even, yeah, that's right, it's described as, in one of her Bond, not lines, but in her Bond profile, like, she will watch you and protect you from the shadows because she loves you, but she knows she cannot be with you because she will fucking kill you just by accident. So, but she will still try to be close to you in whatever way she can. She has a crush on you and can crush you too. Just as easily. Yes.
切り刻む
Just tied in lips. Actually, Fino, they did bring this up. I think they brought it up in one of the Bond profile explanations. The trash can in her boobs. You can. It's retconned in CCC, in the original CCC. Ah, Nina's here. She's here when we're talking about boobs. Perfect. Okay. So in CCC, it is stated, if you get sucked into her cleavage, you can never come out. Period. You will just be, you're sentenced to the Shadow Realm, basically, which is a recycling bin, and you will never be free. You cannot be pulled out. But in FGO, it is retconned. You can be pulled out of her cleavage. She can actually take one of her giant claws and pull you the fuck out. She can do this. It is actually retconned in FGO. And I do mean retconned, because it is actually stated in CCC you cannot escape her breasts. But in FGO it is stated that she can pull you out. So... However, that does not guarantee she will not injure you upon trying to pull you out. So I would not recommend hiding in her breasts, but you can hide in her breasts and be pulled back out. You can actually survive. Let's see.
承知
What you Fido! Oh, by the way, yes, Nina did. Yeah, Nina's confirming. This has indeed been proclaimed that I voice me for no one but this person. Ho 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 ho. Yes, so she admits it. See, guys, I told you I wasn't lying. Anyway, I may have been like very excited talking about it, but it is true. Yes, she has said this. The way voice wrote her honestly made her more endearing. Yeah, see, that's another part of it. I did actually make her... I don't know if it was intentional, but I did make her endearing. I will admit this. I did kind of... As Nina actually told me one point, I accidentally turned Meave into a cinnamon bun. And we both don't know how to feel about this. I agree with her. I don't know how to feel about this. About turning her into a cinnamon bun, but what Fino was saying, this is the best. This is actually... the winning comment. In other words, you're saying that a Passion Lip Mystic code is still in the cards. Excellent. Yes! That is what I'm saying. There is a possibility. I mean, if we can have faux ears, like is being reintroduced in NA, if we can have faux ears, I mean, why not Passion Lip's breasts? I mean, wouldn't that be, like, the best April Fool's Mystic? Have they ever... No, they haven't. I don't think they've ever done an April Fool's Mystic code. My god, that would be the best. Is if... Oh, can you imagine that shit? Oh my god! Literally, you use a spell, right? You use, like, say, like, whatever the spells would be, and across the screen flashes Passion Lip's boobs. When you're activating the command spell. I don't know why I find this so funny, but I think it's awesome. I am all for this. 110% I am for this.
楽しい
I know it's just the weirdest thing, but it would be such a cute just even if it's just for one day. I don't care. Imagine they're so big they extend. Yeah, like on the portrait here, it would just they would actually extend. Boop boop. That would be awesome. That would actually be the best, just for even one day. Oh my god. Perfection. Anyway. I'm gonna do this because I want her quick boost overcharge. Just because. Cause I'm gonna wreck face.
貴様らのままに見切れる。
ぶち抜いてあげる貫いてあげる
Oh yeah, today ended up being a really good idea
切り
to
刻む
stream. At first I was a little skeptical, but I was like, no, I feel it. I feel it.
邪魔者にはそろそろご退場願おう 楽しみましょ
Oh, can I get it back? Holy shit! Ah, close. If I actually had my, my spell, I could do it. Oh! Hey, it's time for an encore! Woo! This is what you dreamed of, Melt!
うそろそろご退場願おう
2 for 1. Wow, it's almost like we just saw this. We are your content boys. Oh, Delphi, you know what? Wait, you said you've given up on Ilya, you got MP4. Oh, you just... Okay, you're talking about Elena. Ooh, yeah, because I remember you saying how much quartz you spent, Delphi. That's a tremendous amount of quartz that you spent and did not get Ilya. I'm sorry for both your wallet, and I am very sorry for your feelings. What if we combine both Melt and Passion? Ooh, don't try that. You may not like what you find. Just being perfectly honest here. Okay. Actually, you know what? I wanted to use like an all-quick team, but since we're talking about Passion, I mean... Pop up on Passion! Oh, yes, I got that song stuck in my head now. Alright, yeah, it won't fit, but I can squeeze her in there. I can squeeze her in there. Why not? Passion. Go! Go! Please, good God, would you blow my mind? Blow my mind. Blow my mind. Oh, she's got a quick card. She's feeling like part of the team already. By the way, yeah, every one of her attacks looks like it hurts. Even the one where she sits on you. Oh, I rarely get to see that attack! Oh my god! I forgot she even did that! You guys have no idea how few times I actually get to do, Buster Quick with Melt. I forgot she literally steps on them! Ah, that's... oh, I'm in love. Well, she's about to sit on this guy. Best death ever! Oh no, yeah, Melt has some of my favorite attack animations in the game. I use her not just because she's Melt, but because she's so pretty to look at. Like, all of the time. There is no end to the Melto hype train. Step on me, please. Ah, big meaty claws! You just shot her in the boob! Dude, not cool! Did you just see that? He shot her in the boob! Oh, Jesus. Rocket punch! That man died blind. Wow, I am just full of Sakura cards right now. Tasty. Melt has that Zone of the Enders mech sex appeal. You know what? I didn't think of it like that, but you are correct, sir. Good observation. Ooh, the whole team gets to fight. Boom! Right in the eye! Oh, spike to... Melt, what is with you and eyes? Stop stabbing people in the eyes! Alright, let's do this. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I can make this work. I have to punch him a little bit anyway. She sounds so squeaky and innocent, and then she has those big meaty claws! Terrifying. Oh, that's right. Yeah, she heals everyone. Oh my god. Oh, here we go. Watch her jiggle! Oh, I forgot to use the Boosto. Not for Passionate, but for Scott. Watch, she instant depths this guy. Nope. Yeah, if I use the Boosto, they'd all be dead. I don't like my eyes to be stabbed, thank you! Well, too bad. You're gonna have to take it. Like a pirate! An eye patch for you! Oh, AGZ Productions. I think that's... Is that how you want me to pronounce it? Okay. When it comes to Kiara, she is absolutely one of the major reasons I like CCC so much. There's a lot of reasons I like CCC, but she is actually one of, she is a major reason. Not the only one, obviously, but she is a very much qualifying reason for me liking CCC. So, I'll leave it at that, I guess. Otherwise, I'll be here all day.
まあそうだもっとだもっとよこすがいい
I have heard her speak so many times now.
捧げ物を受け取るようで心地が良いなところで
Alright, what's next? What do I want to go for now? I could go for
い
these.
わゆる貨幣というもので良いのかそうかそうか
She just doesn't stop talking. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'll go for the BB Bucks. I don't really want to go for the BB Bucks, but it's inevitable. Kiara is the hardest MHXX counter in the game. Okay, I just have to look at Sunopedia real quick to confirm where I'm going. Because I believe I want to go here because I remember the points I also wanted, but I will double check. Also, I'm on my dad's computer, so I have to use his really bad mouse. This mouse is Garbo. Oh, it's the oranges. I call them the oranges. They look like oranges to me. I know they're not oranges, but they look like them. Let's see here. Is there something else? Like, what points do I want to get? I'm at 500,000 of the oranges, but I'm not intending to get them a million.
また来たのしょうがないわねラインナップ次は何が目当
What's
て
even left for me to want? I mean, they all carry the same thing, basically.
また来たのしょうがないわねラインナップをチェックし
I
な
mean,
さい
I might as well, I guess,
自
go
分が
for
ど
the
こまで
oranges
貯め
just to see
た
how far
か
I
き
can
ちんと
get.
チェックするのよ
I mean, it's the closest, because after this, it's just apples, QP.
また来たの
I mean, there's like spirit roots and
ラインナップをチェックしなさい自分がどこまで貯め
but
た
it's
か
all
きち
basically
ん
the
とチ
same
ェック
stuff. So I guess I'll just continue with the
次は
oranges.
何
How long is this event? There's a lot of stuff to do. Like, there's the raids, there's the costumes, there's getting the point ladders up, there's buying stuff from the shop. There's a lot of stuff. Alright, let's see here. Well, obviously, I guess I'll go for the big one, because it'll give me the most BB bucks. Alright, I want a limit broken one. Can I find a limit broken Abby Seed? I'm sure I can. I think I have friends who do. I was pretty sure I used them before. Maybe not in the caster class, though. Or, oh, that's right, it could be Gil, too. Gil counts as well, but I need to see Diamond. Just because I want the most BB bucks. Because I do not have any of the 5-star craft essences on this account. Ah! There we go. Just swap. That's bond level. Let's keep it to this. Kasuta. It's always Scotty. Scotty's a great choice, actually. I'll just keep the alter egos for now because I like using them. They also work really well together. Oh, that's right, that's mine. Yeah, they work very well together. And it's the oranges, so the best I can do is this. I can't even with that. So... Actually, this one. Doesn't matter. They all do the same thing, but I like them. I like certain ones. Anyway, yeah, Scotty will be leader. I was gonna use Waver's also a really good choice, but we'll see how Scotty does. The only reason I haven't leveled Scotty's skills very much is just because caster gems is like the only thing I don't have. The purple hair is strong. Yes, we must keep the eggplant strong in this team. That is why I use Scotty.
まとめてゼリーにしてあげる。なんでやればいいんでしょ。
No, I don't have Summer BB, but I don't really plan on rolling for her, honestly. I want to save up as much quartz as possible. There's a few... I've been talking to some people. They were asking me, you know, who are you going to save for because you're going to stay free to play. And I'm like, well, it ain't going to be Summer BB. I've given up on her. Not to mention, I know she'll come back. Like, I know that for a fact. I don't need her. I've also mentioned she is, like, you know, regardless of any of my feelings towards, like, not getting her on the gacha, like, she is my least favorite of the Sakura faces that, well, excluding Parvati, she is my least favorite of the three. I prefer Melt and Passion, to be honest, even though they're derivatives of her. I find that funny. But there's characters I do want more. That's ultimately the point here, is that there's... Summer BB is one of those characters that seems really fun to play with. I will not take that away from her. But, if you're being free to play at all... Oh, did Scotty just sing for us and I missed it? Don't worry, I'll have her sing again. I think Parvati is okay. She could have been so much better, but they gave her to... Okay, you know what the problem is? They didn't give her to Wadarko. I'm not saying that it has to be Wadarko every time, but they instead chose... They chose someone who everybody knew was the blandest artist in the game. Yeah. It's like, you do all this awesome stuff for Sakura, and then you're like, alright, we've got more awesome stuff in store. Who do we give this fresh new Sakura face to? Oh, let's give him to the guy who gave us a really strange, but also plain look of Boudica, and Eric Bloodaxe. In fact, I know he's done other characters. He did Taiga. Taiga was probably like the one thing he did that was actually at least funny. And not like I mean not unironically, like I mean like Taiga's actually funny. But beyond that, well then again, Taiga's always meant to be a humorous character, like a lighthearted humorous character. So I mean, how do you screw that up, you know? But I mean, I just oh yeah, I still don't know how to pronounce her. Netsa? I don't know how to pronounce. I've never learned how to pronounce that name. I do not even like that design, period, for Nessia. Some people live and die by it, but me, I know, I would cut him some slack, but in fact, he even quit his Pixiv account because he was getting so much hatred. I didn't hate the guy or his art. I just thought his artwork was really bland. That was my problem. I never, honestly, I felt he got a little too much hate. I feel like that was a little bit, over the top, honestly. I didn't think it was that bad, but at the same time, I didn't think it was good either. So I wouldn't defend the guy, but at the same time, I wouldn't say he deserves what he got at all. Oh, I don't care about voice. I care about design. Because, like, what I'm seeing matters. Like, okay. I am a Cha-Cha apologist because her voice is so grating, but everything about her looks so cool. Everything about her looks so cool. So I consider myself, in light of Fino, a Cha-Cha apologist. Because she is very annoying to listen to. But she's so cool, it balances it all out.
古きルール
Oh, I always hate risking that skill when I'm not. Okay, I won't risk it. The defense down is good enough.
まあいいだろう耐えきれない蹂躙しろだなんてたまらないわ
Let's turn the light on.
我が名に紐付けられし力我が声に応えて門を開け来たる魂神の死ゲートオブスカイ私まだわからないけどその気持ちにちゃんと向き合うって決めたら死ぬ気でロマンシア何邪魔者にはそろそろご退場願おうメルトアウト何授けてやる
Neat. I think I could just chomp her.
命令とな
Ooh! Ah! Okay, not strong enough. That's too bad. Instead, you got an ice sword to the chest. Bless those boobs. Hmm.
命令とな
Scotty is great to use. I've always thought she was great. I just said Quick itself is not good. But Scotty is a great servant. So. Also, I always just liked her. I liked her everything. I like her design. I like, obviously, her voice, because she's voiced by Mamiko Noto, who is my favorite voice actress ever.
切り刻む楽しみバカな人たちキューブにして捨ててあげます
Actually, you want to know if you want to know my feelings about the other Sakura 5, I don't even necessarily wish for them to be in the game because I feel like all of the effort was poured into Passion Lip and Melt. When you look at the other three, they don't look as interesting. And I've seen them plenty of times, so don't try being like, what? You don't like blah? It's like, no, like, really. Like, I've seen them so much, and I'm just like, every time I look at them, I'm like, they don't fit. Like, Melt and Passion Lip, just even design-wise, they have this, like, these mechanical armaments to them and stuff like that. But, like, if you look at, like, Violet or Kazura Drop or King Protea, they don't even look the same. Like, they don't have the same motifs. Like, one is basically older dominatrix Sakura, another is child Sakura, then there's, like, giant bandaged Sakura, and it's just, like, these are just stereotypes, basically. Like, maybe not the giant bandaged Sakura, that one's a little unique, but, they don't even fit the motif, and I love the motif for Passion Lip and Melt. I think it's equal parts endearing, but also very spooky. And that's my main problem with the other three, is they don't feel as spooky while still being endearing. I mean, but again, I think that's just because I think Nasu and his team really, because of the fact that they had to cut the other three, they ended up pouring all of their effort into making Melt and Passion Lip compelling and look really fucking good. Whereas the other three, they're just kind of like, oh, well, they're only going to be appearing in a side manga, so let's just make them look nice, but we don't need to really, like, this is not the game itself, so we can make them look however we want, you know, it's not as important as getting CCC itself right. So, in fact, I would not be surprised if they introduced the other 3 Sakura 5 members and they retcon their designs. Because, do you remember the Tamamo 9 when they were introduced as a gag in Fate Extra? If you do, you would remember that the only thing different about each of them was their hairstyle, their, I guess, demeanor, and just their facial expression, and their color. That was literally it. That was all that was different about them. Now, big difference! In fact, Tamamo Cat doesn't even look like Red Tamamo from the Tamamo 9, except for the fact that she has a ponytail. She has the same ponytail, but she looks totally different. In fact, she even has, like, her own separate personality now and everything. Like, she feels like her own character. She feels like a Tamamo that could be summoned if you happen to summon Tamamo no Mai as a berserker, you know? Same thing with Assassin Tamamo. It feels like we don't even know exactly what she's gonna be like unless she's just like, Russian chick. She's got a very interesting name. I'm not gonna bother trying to pronounce it right now. She feels like her own character. But she's undoubtedly one of the Tamamo 9, and thus a spawn from, I think she's like the pink one, or something like that. And she looks nothing like the OG version, and that's because I think it was just meant to be a throwaway gag, and they never really thought about, oh shit, we can actually capitalize on this and make them separate characters. Yeah, I know what her name is. I'm not gonna bother pronouncing that. Not right now. So... I think that I would not be surprised if you saw Violet, King Protea, and Kazuro drop in Fate Grand Order, they would retcon their designs. Almost guaranteed. Like, they would do something different to their designs to make them stand out more. Or at least be conceptually similar to Passion Lip and Melt. That's my theory. I'm not gonna necessarily fall on that, like, be like, oh, like, it has to be this way or else. No, they could just use the same designs, like they did with Suzuka Gozen. Suzuka Gozen looks the same. But then again, I never thought Suzuka Gozen really needed a design change anyway. She looks great the way she is. It was just that my big thing is that when it comes to Sakura 5, Passion Lip and Melt look very distinct, iconic, and they have a sharing motif. but they're not necessarily meant to be, like, absolutely just, like, a pair. They're meant to be the Sakura 5, you know, and it just so happens that they chose Melt and Passionlip to be the focus for the main game, CCC, due to constraints, various constraints. So... No, Tomacat was always meant to be the red one. Like from Fate Extra itself, you can check she has the same ponytail. Whereas like the pink Tamamo has like a very similar hairstyle to the assassin Tamamo, I believe. So. Oh, that's a very easy question to answer, Milkman Assassin. Keep Nero silly. You don't have to make her a joke character, necessarily, but keep her silly, like, all the time. That's just my personal preference, but that's how I like her. Ever since Summer Umu came out, I realized, to me, this is the best incarnation of Umu ever. Because Oh, Nina's back! She came at the sound of Umu. But no, Silly Umu is, just straight up my favorite. Because yeah, Summer Umu introduced me to that idea, and I'm just like, you've been here the whole time?! Oh, Jesus, you weren't kidding when you were saying, that this stream would accompany your sickness. Oh, I don't mean physically silly Umu, I just mean, like, her... You guys, don't get me wrong, like... I am one of the... I am a huge critique, or huge criticizer, I guess that would be. Is that a word? Yeah, I'm sure, I guess. Criticizer of character designs. Even if I'm, like, contradictory to what a lot of people think, I tend to always analyze, like, and overanalyze character design. Like, physical character design. So, like... But when it comes to personality, that's where I like Summer Umu, is because, like, she's silly. That's what I mean by silly Umu. I don't really care about her Venus form. I think it looks, like, really over-the-top ridiculous, and I'm just like... I didn't mean physically, guys. I meant personality-wise. Anyway. Does this thing have tentacles? Because, I'm gonna have passion set on them right now. Squiggly. She literally beats shit with her boobs. Osratina, I can answer your question in one sentence. If I hated Mieve, I would not make videos about her. See, for the longest time, I thought Melt had a really ridiculous pose in this game, but eventually it kind of hit me. I think she's, like, basically presenting herself. And not in a sexual way, guys. This time, I mean it, like... Because she thinks of herself as literally perfect. Like, she says this multiple times. She thinks she is perfect. So I realized, if she's reached this form... And she's like... She even tells you, she's like, you better take responsibility for this body... I think because she only has this pose in this form, I think she is... Wait, who's leaving? Ah! Goodbye, Nina. Sleep well. Anyway, I think she's literally presenting herself to the enemy and being like, look how fucking perfect I am. Okay, we're gonna test this. God damn it, okay. At least, okay, at least I didn't do it at, like, the perfect moment. No, I don't think she's purposely, like, T-posing. I think she's, like, either presenting herself or she's doing some sort of, actual, like, pose that is not meant to be silly. But like I said, I think she's, like, presenting herself, like, look at me, you know? That's how I've decided to take it, because it actually makes sense to me, given her personality. Yeah, exactly. Behold, I look pretty. Because in her previous two forms, she has more of like a sassy pose. Ooh, I saw that rainbow. Speaking of sassiness, I saw that rainbow. That sassy-ass rainbow. She just wants a hug. I mean, she will sit on your lap, so... Man, oh, don't have me thinking about hugging Melt. We're gonna be on another tangent. Come at me, Thought! Yes, look at me! I am asserting dominance. You can take it that way too, yes. That fits her personality very well as well. The CE bug, or sorry, the NA bug is still not fixed. Again, more reason not to play NA right now. Some people seem to take that as me just not playing NA outright. It's like, no, if there's a bug, I don't, especially if it's a bad one, I want no part in it. I will wait. Melt stepping on me? Well, she does that sometimes. Not to me, but to the enemies, and I don't envy them there. I just gotta be perfectly honest. Ooh, Sieg, you will do. Melt is increasing her silhouette to fend off mountain lions. Oh, Fino, you are full of the funnies tonight. I love it. Actually. I realize that the audio is kind of out of sync right now, so I might as well fix it in a second. Hold on. This always fixes it. Aren't you sad you didn't get BB, though? Aren't you sad even though you've had this background for months staring at you? And it's not going down anytime soon. See, I was a little bit upset I didn't get BB, but at the same time, in fact, I was like, you know, I'm like, oh, BB, you are the enemy. This is true, but in my heart, I knew. I'm like, she is my least favorite among the CCC trio we have. No matter what her form is. She may have tentacles on her side now, but these two take the cake. And they eat it with me. Hey, John, how's it going? Why does Summer JP have better music than all of NA? I don't know about that. It's the same composition. Well, not the same actual composition, but the same, like, composer, you know what I mean? Alright, Melt, we need you to get your NP. Ooh, Ice. Love it every time. Which servant do I love using the most? That is a very difficult question. You don't want premium tentacle membership that you get with Summer BB? I mean, I could just get that with Abby and get everything I want, because, I mean, I'll have Abigail and tentacles. Along with the all-seeing eyes of Yogg Sothoth, but, you know. I'm a simple man, I guess. Actually, let's do it this way. I'll play your game.
私の知らぬ影の死私が有する影の死空へ来てここへ来てゲートオブスカイ
Get both to become La Blue Quartz. I get that reference. Oh no!
やればいいんでしょささやかな
Yes, Scotty is very beautiful all around. She is a pretty girl. Not a Christmas cake at all. Nope, 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 nope.
古きルール古きルールぶち抜いてあげるあら怖い怖いそうき邪魔者には
When do the summer banners end? They end today, actually, on the 29th. So, I mean, if you want to roll, you better do it soon.
何そんなあんで
Bonus! Ooh, look at that! Isn't that so pretty? 3 times 100% Buster Brave Chain with Passion Lip. Ooh! Now that's a lot of damage!
これで終わり出直して
That poor guy. He was just doing his job, serving his waifu. And then he became all alone. And got stomped by 1-ton Passion Lip. Alright, how we looking? How we looking?
また来たの
I just want the skill gems, really, because, I mean, look, 3 Archer gems? Unacceptable.
だがまあ我のものではないし別段我が欲するものでもないところでギルドルッシュという
ギルドルルル Loading, loading. Never mention weight. Smack him around, smack him like he's a pancake. Smack him. Ibaraki said these items are not hers, so just buy out the shop. Okay, that's pretty cute.
人間たちは懲りないわね
Oh my god, it's a chicken! Ah!
やればいいんでしょ見切れるかしら楽し
I love her quick move. I love it. Jab, 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 jab! Like, I don't think I've ever said it, that's why I'm saying it now. Oh, I'm hungry for KFC too. We can go to KFC together. GDP. Yes, okay, it was a rooster, sure, yes. Yes, it was. Thou art correct. Passion Lip can be your KFC. What? Rooster equals guaranteed plumes? I have noticed that, yeah. Which is super nice. Oops, yeah.
命令と見切れるかしら
See, I don't think Melt is afraid to show off the goods when she knows she's going to kill you. But, like, when she's showing off her butt in her Final Ascension portrait, and she's blushing and such, I'm like, okay, because then she knows that you're just staring at her butt. I think that's the gist of it. She knows. You perv. She has a great butt, yeah. Hot pot. Just for that, you're gonna get stomped, boy. Okay, Joker.
怖い怖い古きルールどれにしようかな
Come on! Yes!
まあいいだろう蹂躙するだなんてたまらないわ
What's your role priority looking like on the other server? Definitely CCC is going to be a huge priority, so I'm going to hope and pray that I am willing to save my courts up enough for that server. Or for that server. Now granted though, here's another strategy, is to not necessarily go all in for CCC because I already have them here, and instead go all in for, like, King Hassan or something like that. Who obviously I do not have on this account. Some people do that, where they're like, okay, I'll only roll for people I don't have on one account.
なそんな命令とのキリケ様
Either way, it's a brutal death. Ooh!
何か
He got stabbed with death fingers. I mean, look at how big her fingers are! Each of them must be, like, as tall as she is. Alright, how am I doing with these? Because I think I might stop soon.
欲するならばところでギルドルッシュというのは
Just because I do actually want to make this not a 5-6 hour stream. For realies, for realsies this time. But we can play a little bit more. Because I also have to eat food, because I have to wake up fairly early in the morning. Ah, yes. Could just probably combine those now, since I have a bunch of them without seeing. Exactly, that's kind of why I'm just playing on JP, because, I mean, I would play some NA, but there's a bad bug on NA right now, so I'm kind of just, you know, I'm just kind of, like, leaning back. I'm like, I don't want to go near that. Because apparently it can, like, shut down your game, or, like, keep you from even progressing or something like that in the missions. So I'm like, what's even the point then? Like, not permanently shut down your game, but just, like, you know, keep you from playing, basically. Or, you know, like I said, just at least keep you from progressing in the missions. It did shut down your game, Demon Turtle? Right now is 7:30. Where I am, anyway. Jeez, her hands are so big. I could Grail Passion, yes. In fact, I probably should, considering how much I love her. I've just been holding off on the Grails. I've been hoarding. I've got like 3 Grails now, and I'm like, oh god, I don't know what's coming though. I don't know what's coming. The fear has taken me. But if I use her enough, I should. You know, it sounds like a justifiable thing, maybe, sorta, kinda, yeah. We'll see. Oh, Lip does scale really well with Grails? Okay, so that's actually good justification then. That was actually legitimately something I was worried about. I was like, well, what if she, like, actually isn't really all that powerful if you Grail her? Like, if I hate the characters, like, Media, where you level her up and she barely gets any more points. Like, it doesn't matter. And I'm just like, that's why on NA I left her at, like, 63 or something, because I noticed she was barely gaining any more points in her attack and HP, and I was like, so what's the point in me spending all of these EXPs to get her to 70 when it doesn't matter, you know? Like, sure, I think she's 70 on here. I'm pretty sure I have her on here. And I think I have her at 70. But even then, that was a long time ago. That was a different era. crit doesn't matter.
いきます
Oh, but that matters. Man, it's okay. It'll be fine.
楽しみ
Oh, Summer VB alternatively scales really bad from 80 to 90? That's too bad. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about, growth curve. Some characters have way better growth curves than others. Like, they scale way better at later levels. So, like, it's more... what's the word? Advantageous. Yes, advantageous to grail them as opposed to others, which it makes no difference if you grail them, because you would do it out of love and nothing else.
ねなんだと
How many 5 stars?
ささやか
This account is about 3 years old. I remember all of them, I just don't have the number in my head. There's... Mordred, Artoria... Plain Jane Artoria. Okita... It's the Sabers, right? Archers... I'm trying to write... I have Orion. I don't think I have that many archers on this account. I don't know. I'll look later. I don't want to spend all my time just sitting here thinking about that when I can just look it up in a second.
ねなんだと
Whoa, that one's new. I did not ever see that one before. I swear to God, I've been using Scotty ever since I got her, and I've never seen that animation. What the fuck did I do? What did I do? Was that like quick and then Buster or something? What was that? What did I do in the chain to make that happen? I wasn't even paying attention. I noticed her like, oh God. She's like, Suto, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's new! Anyway.
どれにしようかな
Let's test it.
いじめるんです
I need a debuffer of some kind. Whatever. It's no big deal.
貫いて
At least right now.
こういうこともでき
It
る
was Quick Buster. Okay. Gotcha. Quick Buster.
切り刻む楽し
Yeah, good thing you were streaming so you recorded it. Yeah! I like that way of thinking.
み授けてやる
Ooh, this is nice. This is good stuff.
怖い怖い 古きルーム蹂躙しろだなんてたまらないわやればいいんでしょ私まだわからない
Oh! You know what, Blue Cyclone? You're right. Yeah, I forgot about the debuff immunity. Shit, yeah. You could just do that. Oh.
邪魔者にはそろそろご退場願おう
Wow, but you know what? This is coming from the guy who took, I think, several days. And when I say several days, I mean like over a week before he realized, oh, you know what? Ibaraki can just like do her NP and then clear the debuff from it, like with her own second skill. It took me like a week to figure that out on my own. I don't know why I just never noticed it. Ay, 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 ay.
切り刻む
So yeah,
楽し
okay, gotcha. That's how.
これで終わりですか
Jack's second skill is so good that it's easy to forget about. That's what I think about Jack's skill. It's so good it's easy to forget about. And I mean that wholeheartedly. I'm not making necessarily a joke here. I mean it. I'm just like... By the way, I just realized I'm just kind of going over the comments in my Ilya video, which, by the way, I am immensely grateful that you guys love it as much as you do, because I'm noticing even from the jump in the views and the amount of likes and such, as well as just the sheer volume of comments, you guys really seem to like that Ilya video, like, a lot. I think that might be, like, the most popular video I've made so far in a while, which is really nice to see, because I put, like, my everything into that video. But a lot of people don't seem to believe me that I did the Ruby voice. And, like, they're like, oh, he must have just pitch shifted himself or something like that. And, no, it was just that I had the right conditions for my throat, and it's basically, like, I'm just kind of creating a ball in my throat, like, I need a line that I did. Like, I've been talking way too much, so I might not be able to do it one for one. That was the thing. When I did the Ruby voice, I wasn't talking I wasn't talking for 2 hours beforehand. Oh, thank you, GDP, for liking my Ruby voice so much. The funniest thing is I went back and watched the Chaldea Guru's Ilya, event video, and I noticed their Ruby did a completely different voice, and I was like, oh, that's actually really interesting. That, like, we both did Ruby for a significant period of time in both of our videos, and yet we went with absolutely opposite voices. Like, I went for the, oh man. I went for the high-pitched squealy voice. You know, that's kind of similar to how Ruby actually sounds. But they went for a more, like, flowery voice, and I'm like, maybe the dub did that. If there's an Ilya dub, they might have done that, and they might be basing off of that, because I don't know where they got that from. I liked it, actually. I liked it a lot. But I also, at the same time, was like, as much as I like it and find it amusing, I was like, at the same time, if I had to criticize it, I'd be like, I don't think it necessarily fits Ruby, because Ruby's a totally bad influence, self-referential pervert. And it makes more sense for Ruby to sound kinda like this, you know? I don't know, like, because Ruby is kind of supposed to be, like, this companion character, and that's the joke, is that the companion character has all the power. Like, literally, the power is thanks to the companion. Whereas usually the companion is just kind of like, I give you the power, but I don't do much else beyond that. The dub had a deeper voice. I don't know, I just kind of like the Japanese one, if the dub does have a deeper voice, just because, like, Ruby's supposed to be annoying, you know, and you could say, well, that doesn't mean they have to be annoying sounding, and I'm just like, yeah, that's true. I don't know, it's just, like, it's one of those things where, don't get me wrong, though, I like what Chaldea Gurus did, though. I'm saying 100%, I actually liked that they did something unique and different. And I liked it this time. Because not everything that they've done where they change the character's voice completely did I like it. There are some voices, I won't name any voices, but there are some voices they've chosen where I was like, ooh, that's way off, and not like anything I've heard of and can even imagine hearing. But their Ruby I can imagine. I can imagine that Ruby coming out of well, Ruby, you know. Alright, take care, Fino. I'm glad you could make it. Oh, Asaka Behime's still here. That's cool. So there are still people I know here. Well, other than you guys. There are some of you guys I recognize no matter what. Like Space Guy, I always recognize. Or Pyro Red. Or A-Fan, NR5, I always recognize. GDP, I recognize, obviously. Ruby, I think, is supposed to be a girl. But I was like, okay, I'm not gonna have a girl do Ruby's voice because I didn't even know for sure how I wanted Ruby to sound or all of the lines I wanted. I was originally going to make Ruby an expositional character, like, to be spouting lots of exposition. So I was like, no, you know what? The best thing is, I can do the range, I will do Ruby's voice. And so that's why I'm like, it was originally for that purpose. I was like, I didn't know all the lines that Ruby was going to say. I had it laid out for the voice actresses, for everyone else who was going to do it, but for Ruby's voice entirely, I had no idea if I was going to keep or add add or subtract lines. So I decided to just do it myself. Because I was like, you know what? Like, I can match this. I can do this. I believe in myself, you know? Yes, their Chloe voice was very good. That's probably why they used her twice. I do mean that. They used her twice. They probably really liked her voice, too. I actually have no idea how I would make Enkidu sound. I mean, I know how he sounds, or... Technically, Enkidu's not even a he. Enkidu is clay. Enkidu is an it. Enkidu is a weapon. But, do I like the Ilya show? No. I actually don't like Ilya the show. Because even Chaldea Gurus, they have Chloe say this, they're like, we gotta have them wait until Season 3, and I'm just like, everyone says that, wait until Season 3. Guess what? I didn't like Season 1 and 2. Why would I bother sitting through Season 3? You know? Like, seriously, you can tell me it's better. I don't care, because I shouldn't... My rule is... Okay. My rule is, I should never have to sit through many episodes, and I'm saying many episodes of a show for it to finally get good, quote-unquote, get good. Because why can't the show be that good now? If they were saving it, why? Why save their ability to write good till then? Like, just make it good now. It's your story, you know? Why not just make it, like, just remake it in a way? If you're writing it a certain way, then you realize, wait a minute, I gotta keep the audience around. You know? So it's like... Yeah, Season 2 got kind of uncomfortable, I gotta be honest. As much as you can be like, even I can find it attractive, but at the same time, it's like... It still got kind of uncomfortable, and I think that's because the show decided it wanted to be porn. It wanted to be a hentai, temporarily. And I'm like, this is a regular TV show. If I want hentai, I will look up hentai! You know? Like, now, sexual things in the context of the story, that's fine. But I'm saying, like, sexual things, not necessarily characters outright making out several times. Oh, because mana transfer. That still doesn't make it sound good. Like, that still makes it sound icky. That's not a good euphemism. Like... Especially when you have a character like Chloe, who is actively looking to, quote-unquote, mana transfer with people. And I'm just like, that's why I know for a fact there are some people who hate Chloe because of that. Because she is a character who just kind of doesn't fit. Like, she just comes out of nowhere and is just like, I want to have sexy time with all the characters. Basically, like, and, like, serious makeout sessions. And, like, and against their will at that, you know? And it's just like, that feels wrong. Like, having a character that, how do I put it? Having a character the audience can find sexy is one thing, but then having a character that is basically raping people is not okay. With her first interaction with Miu, you cannot tell me that was okay. Like, even if you found it hot, and yes, I kinda did, But I still had a feeling in my mind. I was like, you know what? This still doesn't feel right. So... But, even then, that's not my biggest argument about... You know what, actually, I think I'll just do this. That's not my biggest argument about Prisma Ilia. My Prisma Ilia argument is, I shouldn't have to wait till Season 3 for the show to get good. That's my biggest gripe with the show. Above all else, I should not have... Because you can make the sexual stuff work. You can make the borderline hentai stuff work. It's just a matter of the fact that it really wasn't even a decent show. It was just kind of bait for lolicons until Season 3 when it actually had, like, a real story. You know? Like an actual, deeper, involving story. And I'm like, why did it take so long? I'm like, that's my biggest gripe, is why did it take so long? Don't even tell me, oh, well, it's because they had to build it up. Build it up? Like, I think you're missing the point. You can make the build-up good, you know? It's like... Anyway. Alrighty. So... Different headspace. Okay, there we go. Let's do that. Now, I have not read the manga, so I cannot judge the manga. I will not, because I know there are many times that the manga of a property differs from the anime. I know this for a fact, so I will not judge the manga. I am purely judging the anime. I will make that clear. Nep, there was one good scene in Season 1, and that was when Ilia transformed for the first time. And I'm not talking about her magical girl transformation, I'm talking about when she used the Archer card. That was, like, the best scene in the entire show, by far. By far. And then everything else was kinda... That's pretty, but, you know, or that's cute, but, like, I don't... Like, I could take it or leave it. That Ilia versus Saber Alter fight is literally, like, the best thing in that entire season, by far. Because that was the only moment in the entire show where I actually felt like there were genuine stakes. And yes, there were quote-unquote stakes at other points, but that was the only time where I was really genuinely like, oh my god, I have no idea what's about to happen, and, like, everything is, like, looking like it's going up shit creek for the characters. And, like, this is some crazy stuff that's happening right now. So... But a fight a season does not make. A single fight cannot, a single fight cannot save an entire season. And you can point to whatever shonen show you want, I don't care. It just, no. There are great fights in plenty of, like, shonen anime and such. That doesn't make the shonen anime as a whole good. Now, granted, we can disagree. That is fair. You can absolutely disagree with me. I am sharing my opinion. Granted, I do firmly believe that, yes, you cannot justify an entire show being good just because of a single fight or something like that, or even like a single scene, because then there's the whole rest of the anime. You know, because I've heard some people say, like, oh, this scene, it doesn't even have to be a fight, just this scene in this anime was so good, it makes everything great now. Like, from the rest of the show, and I'm like, but that doesn't change the fact that I did not like the rest of the show. So, or whatever, you know. And that's my personal opinion with whatever show that might be. For example, I did not like Clannad After Story. I felt it was manipulative. I felt it was not a relationship I really wanted to see. it's not even that it was a down-to-earth relationship. It really wasn't that down-to-earth. Nagisa was not really much of a character. She was a doormat. Like, and, what's his name? The guy, because he shared a name with one of the girls, but there was, like, a different vowel. But his was girlier. I forget the blue-haired guy's name. But even he, like... If you rewatch certain scenes in that show, you'll realize just how anime that... Tomoya, yes. You'll realize just how anime that show actually is. And you can say, well, of course it's an anime. But here's the thing. The show relished in being a down-to-earth tale about a coming-of-age family and stuff like that. And it's like... But then there's scenes like... when he gets in the fist fight with the gang leader, and it's like, and it goes on for hours, and it's like, that's so anime. Like, that would not happen. Like, I remember the comment sections of, like, just highlighting that fight. Everyone was like, you realize, like, one punch would probably knock... Like, as soon as he got headbutted, that would probably knock Tomoya out. Like, reasonably. And even then, the amount of punches they were throwing, they'd be bloody pulps. They wouldn't... There was no way they would last that many punches against each other. You know, you're like, but it's the dramatic effect. I don't care. The show doesn't like to present itself that way. And yet it really wants to make you cry. Like, Oh, and then my favorite part, there's the magical BS. Oh, yes, the stuff that's like, it's supposed to connect with the story on a metaphorical level, and I'm like, I didn't feel it. I know that's my opinion, and it very much is my opinion, and I'm probably losing viewers because how dare I not like Clannad After Story. But one, it's my opinion, and two, I didn't like it because at least I can say I feel pretty justified in not at least understanding what the heck was with the alternate world stuff, and then, of course, Nagisa comes back to life at the end. Spoilers for a show that's, I believe, like 12 years old now. I think it came out in, like, 2006. Maybe a little bit later, but still. And I did watch all of it, okay? I watched it with my dad! I watched all of Clannad and Clannad After Story with my dad. I don't think he's here right now, because my dog hasn't left the room, so I don't think he's here, because my JoJo, he would usually, leave the room if Dad was here. But yeah, I watched it with him, and he is a totally different anime fan than I am. He watches very different stuff than I do. He likes cutesy stuff. He likes things that are like kind of more like Key, really. And even he was like, yeah, I don't buy this. And I'm not saying everyone has to agree with me just because my dad said so, but it like a set of thing, but it's like, nah, it was just kind of, I felt like, well, am I just missing something? And he's like, nah, I don't like it either. So I'm like, okay, at least I could feel a little more justified in feeling the way I do. So, anyway, we were fighting people. Yes, he loves moe shit. Alrighty. Yes. Oh, hey, he's back! He's back! I thought I actually scared him away, but then again, we're talking about this guy here. Actually, I love the silent voice. Funny enough, I love the silent voice. Now, you might think that's contradictory of me, but honestly, I just liked... How do I put it? Clannad also... Okay, here's the difference, though. Because you'll say, wasn't silent voice emotionally manipulative? In a way, yes. In fact, in some ways, similarly to Clannad After Story. Especially Clannad After Story. But I didn't think the silent voice was boring. And that's just my opinion. You might have thought it was boring, that's fine. You could feel that way because it is a slice-of-life show, and there's a lot of people who don't like... Or, sorry, not show, it's a movie. But there are a lot of people who just don't like slice-of-life stuff. I typically don't. unless I like the characters a lot. The characters just resonated with me more in a silent voice, and I never found it boring because of that. Whereas the characters in Clan Adapter Story, I couldn't relate to them. I just simply, even though they were still anime characters and they're dramatized, even romanticized, I could not relate to these people because I would never think or do anything like those people. Like the main characters even. Like the side characters maybe, but not the main not Tomoya and Nagisa. I could not relate to them at all. But a silent voice, I could relate to those characters. I could understand better what they were feeling. So... Anyway, But I like this hand, so I'm gonna destroy Semiramis for a second. Yes, actually, I very much liked Tomoya's sidekick friend, basically. I enjoyed him a lot, actually. Yes. Sunohara! Yes. Unfortunately, Kaki Hentai, maybe not for much longer. I have to see how much of... I've been talking a lot, so that's been eating up a whole lot of time. I have to see how my BB bucks are. Ooh, yes, yes. Yo! Yes, we're gonna do it! We're gonna do it! We're gonna make it happen again! Ah! Oh, yes! So good. I like Ilya a lot. I like her as a character. I think she's super cute. I like Kuro to an extent. I think I like Kuro more as, like, how do I put it this way? I like her when she's used out of context from the actual Prisma Ilya anime. Like, when she's used in other things, basically. This stream is just under 3 hours, and I think this might be the end of it. Yeah, there's 4 right there. 3, because I really want those. And I think that's where I'm gonna end the stream, because I got those. I really needed those super bad. I only had 3 before this stream. And I wasn't planning on getting everything in the shop. No. That was never my mission. Same with the points ladder. It was never my mission to get it to the top, because that's kind of insane. But yes, so I reached my goals, and I talked my butt off. Yes, so I think this is where I'm going to end it. Hopefully that bug is fixed over on the NA server with the Prisma Codes event, because I would like to at least go back to playing through that event a bit at some point, especially considering this event is ending in a few hours. But yeah, we'll see if they even notice it. Hopefully they do, and hopefully we get lots of Apologems. Yay! So, anyway. I will see y'all in the next stream, next video, whatever next happens, you'll hear from me. I'm not dead. I can't die that easily, and hopefully I didn't just jinx myself, so... I wish you well, fellow masters. And the same for me. And the same for me, yes.